Guys, this is just a warning. Always be safe when handling any firearm. Always treat it as if it was loaded. Always point it in a safe direction. And never treat it as a toy. This video is for educational purposes only. Guys, welcome back to ASMR Soldier. A couple of quick little things, as you can see. New background to go with the whole ASMR aesthetics. And check this out. A new camera for up close. It's a little bit grainy because it's zoomed in so much, so that way I could hold up objects in front of the camera. Oh god, my bloody finger. I could show up objects in front of the camera and you'll be able to see it more. Or I could do a double scene, and that way there's this guy. It's a whole thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. But soon I will get orders. I'm still struggling and fighting to get me some orders so I can PCS and head down over to Korea. Once that happens, I'm gonna have to pack up the computer, lights, the desk, and I'm gonna be down to my phone and the microphone. So I'm gonna try to record as much as I can right now so I can kind of schedule my videos out, a little bit, so that way I don't have any space between from the time I from here to the time I get to Korea. I'll do my best for that, of course. Also, if you can like the channel, if you're brand new here, consider subscribing. If you're returning, thank you for being a part of the community. My Patreon platoon, you guys already know that you're the best, right? And I'm always on there talking to you guys. But today's topic is a very highly requested one, and one that I noticed gets a lot more attention than some more of my videos, obviously, because it has to do with my soldier background. It's related. So we are going to be discussing another and the weapon system of choice for the army. And I can do this now, right? Or I could like zoom it in. You can see it, right? 6 Hour, for example. It's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take this out of the holster. Set this down. Okay, so what is the first thing we do? Look at that. It's beautiful. I love this handgun. It's a little bulky, so it's absolutely not a concealed carry. Alright. But what is the first thing we do with any weapon system? Any weapon system, right? First thing you want to do is unload it. Alright, but on the other side, the first thing we do is unload it. So let's go ahead and that magazine, right? Set that down in a safe place. Second thing you want to do, check the chamber. Okay, chamber is cleared. Weapon is on safe, right? It's probably the first thing you want to check, is to make sure that the weapon is on safe. Now, this is the exact same model that the Army uses, the M17. Why I bought this pistol? Because when I heard that the Army was switching over from the M7, M9, excuse me, from the M9 to the M17, I looked it up and I just thought to myself, I'm like, my goodness, that is just one sexy gun. That gun is just so sexy, and I added the reticle myself. Not myself, but I bought it and I paid a co-worker of mine to actually install it for me. It is a Swamp Fox, alright? And I'm gonna move my head out of the way here, right? Always never point a weapon at yourself, but you can see here. So it's, and what's really cool about this red dot is after 4 minutes without any interaction, the light itself will turn off completely, kind of saving you battery. And they advertise that the battery will last up to 3 to 4 years, right? Because unless you go shooting every day, right, or very often, the chances of the battery running out are just very slim to none, honestly. So if this is just sitting in your safe or on your nightstand and you never touch it, it won't turn on. What I'm gonna have to do that I think will be pretty cool is set it down one day and then have like a camera pointed inside the glass and just kind of bump the table a little bit, and you see the light goes on because I've tested it and it's pretty cool. It's definitely a battery saver for sure. Now the light that's on here, right, is the TLR H1 stream light, and this is the weapon adapter, because there's another one that comes here that kind of hooks up to a cable that you can hook up to the rail system of a rifle. So you could just kind of squeeze the handle and it'll turn the light on. So the reason that this is here is because it's got a swivel system, right? So you could turn it on, that locks it in, and twice as fast activates the strobe feature. And let me tell you, that strobe feature is insanely bright. It is prone to potentially seizures or anything of that nature from lighting. Then this definitely will do that if you're in a defense environment. Having this feature on is definitely going to give you the upper hand against an assailant or an intruder. So it's great. I absolutely love this feature from the light. But let's go ahead and do some triggers, shall we? Put it up close to the mic, right? That barrel. To be honest, it's a little dirty. I'm gonna have to clean this for sure. Reload. Now, a combination of reloading the magazine and cocking the hammer is dangerous. Because what happens is, you would think that you're fine, you're just putting the magazine in, you're cocking the chamber. You just loaded the weapon. It is now hot. It is a hot weapon. And when you're not thinking and you're treating these things like a toy, that's when you come across injuries, maybe even something worse. So guys, remember, always handle this as if it was loaded, right? You can train with it, obviously. This is educational and to help you guys, get the triggers and the tingles. But at the end of the day, it's not a toy. Okay, this is a tool for self-defense, and it's a very deadly one. You have to be careful, especially when there's other people in the room or in the house. Me personally, I like to run because this is for home defense. I like to run, hollow points, right? And it's a little grainy, but it's not the worst. The video quality, and the reason I run hollow points is because a couple of things. One, in a home environment, a full metal jacket, which is the fully rounded tip, right? They are full all the way through, and what could happen is that could puncture the sheetrock into the neighbor's yard and potentially hit them. And I know our neighbors across from us have like 2 or 3 kids, and I would absolutely be devastated if something, God forbid, happened, right? Maybe I could get a better big old faces blocking it. But this is why they're called hollow points, right? Because the point is hollow. I don't know if it zoomed in. Because the point is hollow. Now, the other reason why hollow points, I prefer hollow points, is because once they come into contact with the human body or water or any object for that matter, mushrooms open, right? So instead of just going in and out, it'll come into contact with the fleshy part of your body and it'll mushroom open. And then, I'm not sure if you can see these. These have little ridges. Yeah, you definitely can see it. They have little ridges, right? Want to see it very well because big old face. So they'll mushroom open and then they'll kind of splinter off, creating additional damage. Because when I'm shooting at a person, if it's gonna be a bad guy, of course it's a bad guy. I don't want them to get back up. I want them to just kind of be knocked out, knocked on their butt. Now these are 9mm because that is the size that the Army uses. 9mm. And the optic and the light. And yes, this is the extended 21 round magazine. The handgun does become heavy, so it's not good for a concealed carry. It's long, it's heavy, but it's great for me for open carry, and it's great for I think home self-defense. Let's go ahead and load this other one back up. It's going to be a little tight because there's already 20 in here. Oh yeah, it's in there. It's tight. You gotta really fight with it. Oh wow. I was really in there. So let's do a couple more. It's great. to right hand. So I'm holding it right hand. Press the magazine release. Point will come loose right there. The magazine will come off, but on this side, it's just flush, right? Gun safety, guys, always point it in a safe direction. Make sure you've unloaded it. Handle it with as if it's loaded, and never treat it as a toy. Okay, this is a serious tool for serious business. It's not a toy. You can go have fun with it in the range in a safe environment. Just remember, please be safe with it. It's not a toy. Okay? So let's go ahead. Final step is let's holster this bad boy up. Right? And clip it in. Safe. It's not gonna come out. And the material of this is it's a Kydex. It's very tough and durable. It's super rugged. It is super rugged. And it's custom made, because you could get something kind of pre-made for this exact handgun. But since I had the light, they had to kind of shape it to that. Since I had the optic, I had to cut this a little shorter because usually it'll come up a little higher, kind of towards the back of the slide there. This is mine, my personal stuff, and it shoots really well. It shoots very clean. The trigger pull is smooth and consistent. It's a little big for concealed carry, like I mentioned, but I absolutely love the handgun. I would definitely recommend the 6-hour P320 or M17. I know they have other versions of the 320, some smaller versions, and I've seen those, and they're also very nice. It's the exact same thing, just a shorter barrel. Ideal for concealing guys. I wish I had more handguns, right? But weapons are expensive. Next one, I might have to redo one for, what? I haven't done one for my shotgun. I could do that. It's a bit old and rusty, but I can do that for sure. Okay. So thank you so much for clicking on the video, watching all the way through, and maybe becoming a subscriber. Maybe. Guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Really do. Again, thank you. And remember that I've got your 6. You guys have a good night.